welcome back. My name is Chris. So it is time for another monthly favorites video. This is actually my second one. I will link the first one right here in case you missed it. But basically I started doing these videos because I realized it's super easy to just kind of fly through the month without realizing what's making you happy. And this is just my way of slowing down, noticing, and just appreciating the little things that bring me joy. Also, it kind of matches with my channel's name, so here we are. First up, watercoloring. I picked this up and got so obsessed. And by obsessed, I mean 4 days straight, hyper-focused, ignoring all other responsibilities, watching tutorials at 11 p.m., obsessed. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it that is super therapeutic, and I don't know, I put on my audiobook and I just zone out for hours. I could literally just watercolor all day. I think the last time I watercolored was maybe like 3rd grade. The water just kind of has a mind of its own. So mess ups kind of just look like artistic liberty. It is really fun. Also, it's just been really calming to learn something new that is like low stakes, you know what I mean? I'll show you guys some of the artwork that I've created. Again, I'm by no means an expert because I've just basically picked it up, and I've been doing tutorials here and then, but I think I've kind of found the style that I prefer. So this one's just an interpretation of a tutorial by, I think, Andrea Nelson, I believe. That's her name here on YouTube. I'll link her below, but this is kind of my version of one of her tutorials. I just kind of went on Pinterest and started looking things up and trying to let it inspire me and make my own. This is like a little cat, and if you can see, her limbs and her little tail is part of the fenestrations on this leaf. I love this one so much. Again, this is me doing my version of somebody else's work. And then this is a potion bottle that I found, and I kind of just did my own thing. Here's another one. I love the planty cat mashups, so cute. And I realized that I kind of just like the illustrative look. So to get that, I basically did a lot of little wonky illustrations. Oop, that's upside down. There you go. And then I outlined it in fine liner, and that just instantly gives it illustrated book, children's book vibe. And again, this is all just finding things online that look cool and me trying to translate it into watercolor. This was the beginning of some chickens, as you can see, or maybe you can't see, but yeah, these are supposed to be chickens and like roosters. Early stages, ideas of a little planty corner. Another one that I haven't quite finished yet. It's supposed to be cats looking at a plant. This one is rough, but I think if I tweak it a little bit or I just like continue making it, it'll make sense. But this is a cup with a galaxy in it. This is gonna be a little planty bookshelf, so I'm still working on filling some things in and adding things to the shelf. This is another one of those little doodle pages. Just some things that I like. This makes me happy. I don't know what it is, but this makes me happy. And I can see this becoming like a little journal entry of all the little things that I did that week or month or day or whatever, and then just coloring it in. It's so cute. It's basically doodles. It's basically doodles. I definitely want to keep practicing because I'm by no means an expert. Like, I'm still learning shadow work and realizing where the light source is, so where to put highlights and where to add shadow, how to add color, how to build it, all that stuff. But I mean, I'm enjoying the process, so that's kind of the point of a hobby. And yeah, it was like super easy to get started. I got this kit online. I already had this sketchbook. I did end up buying a watercolor pad because the thicker the paper, the better it is for water, obviously. Regular thin paper just warps, but it's pretty inexpensive to get started, and I definitely recommend it. Next up, I had to add this chonker of a book. It's called Alchemised by Senlin Yu. I hope I'm saying that right. But my goodness, this is a hefty book. I believe I think it's 1,000 something pages. 1,024, I think. That's a big book. That's a big book. And I have not even finished it. I'm not even like close to halfway through. I am not done with this book yet, but it is literally a favorite already, and I'll tell you why. So this is a dark fantasy set in a war-torn world where alchemy and necromancy have basically taken over. And this is not a genre that I usually read. I think if you saw my last book review, it was Cersei by Madeline Miller. And in that review, I was talking about how I usually stick to like fluffy rom-com romances, but this year I'm trying to kind of expand my genres, and this is definitely doing that. So the main character, Helena, used to be a alchemist for the resistance, but right now she's a prisoner of war, so she's captured by basically the enemy. But for some reason, she's missing like months and months and months of her memory, and not only does she not know why, but the people who captured her don't know why either. No one really knows how important she actually was, including her. It's making for a very confusing yet exploratory narrative because you don't even know what's going on either. As the reader, we also are in the dark. So then she's sent to a very, very powerful necromancer called the High Reeve, and his job is essentially to extract her memories and figure out what the heck is going on with her brain and figure out what she knows. So the reason I think I like this so much is because it's basically dropping you into the world with not little to no explanation. Actually, she does a very good job of explaining the concepts, but you're just dropped in and you just have to keep up. Like, you're in it and it begins. I started reading it physically, but then I liked it so much that I started doing the audiobook as well. So I picked that up, and also it's helping me be able to listen to it while I do watercolor. I'm gonna go back and start annotating some of the things that I keep flipping back to because I have a little annotating kit, but this is definitely a book where, for me anyway, I would love to just have like a little tab to go back and be like, okay, that's what that means. Because again, it's like a whole new world. It's definitely a so far favorite, and nothing else in February that I read really grabbed me like this has, so I had to add this to the list. And if it emotionally ruins me later, I will report back. I will let you guys know my final thoughts on this. Okay, switching gears a little bit. My next favorite is actually a space in my room that used to be kind of embarrassing. There was nothing going on. It became kind of a catch-all because I added just this really long table, and it was just getting messy and cluttered. So I cleared it off, moved the table, and then I was just staring at a blank wall for like 5 days. And I was like, okay, this could be better. I could do better with this area. So I did. So before I had the wall shelves that you just saw where I have all my plants and decorations right now, the floating ones, these were there. There's 4 of them that were just against the wall, and they're super old. They're like 10 years old. And I took them off obviously to redo that space. But these shelves, they weren't, I would say they're not bad enough to throw away, but also not good enough to donate. Like, I don't know, they just have a bunch of like screw holes in them. I used to directly screw my plant lights into them. I've modified them. So I just didn't feel like I should donate it or throw it away because they're not necessarily messed up. They're just kind of old and a little janky. So congratulations, they live here now. They ended up being perfect because they also hide this weird pipe back here that's been here since the day we moved in that I also just kind of always ignore, but now it kind of hides it, so it works. I've been having a lot of fun decorating it and adding little pieces that like speak to me or that I just like, and of course there's plants and there's books because duh. And the funny thing about the books is I really wanted that curated like Pinterest look, that nice bookshelf look, you know, the one where it's like I casually read by golden hour, those type of vibes. But I didn't want to go out and buy books just for the aesthetic, although if that's what you got to do to get the vibes right, do it. Fully support. But for me, I just wanted something or books that I would actually read. So I found that the inside of these book of the month books specifically, once you take the book jacket off, they all have like this very cohesive binding. All of them. I guess book of the month just uses like the same book binding materials for all of their books. And so it made like a really nice set here on my shelves. And the best part is they're books that I will actually pick up and read later on. It all just gives a very nice, cohesive, kind of a little bit muted, but definitely goes together look. And I don't know, I felt like I cracked a code. So yeah, still a work in progress when it comes to the shelves, but it still felt pretty empty. So I decided to add this table, a table that I already had on hand. It's just your basic IKEA table. I think it's like a black top with these white screw-on legs. But it was clashing so hard, you guys. I don't even have any before pictures, but it was bad. So I picked up this contact paper from Dollar Tree, and as you can see, I'm still contact papering, is that a verb? I'm still adding it to some of the places. Like there's this back leg over here that I haven't done yet, but I just wanted to kind of see what the overall look is, and I love it. And then I've started to add some of the contact paper to the shelves over here too. I felt like if I did the entire shelves, it would be too much. So I'm just kind of skipping. I'm doing every other one, and I think it looks super cool. It makes it look like a set, which they are definitely not. I have a ton more of it because I wanted to overbuy, because I think I'm gonna use this in another space in my room. More on that later. Also, I love a good gallery wall, so I've been putting some artwork up. Some of them are artworks that I've made, some I've purchased, some my kids have made because I thought it was cool that I was fixing up the space. And of course, plants. I had to add some plants. Plants just make everything feel so much more cozy, so much more lived in. As soon as you add some greenery, everything just comes to life. It feels so cozy too. Yeah, this is what it looks like right now. It's super functional, very cute, and it's still changing, like I said, as far as the decorations, and who knows what else I'll throw in here. But for now, it has become a favorite space of mine. I sit here to watercolor. My husband sits here to do work. He brings his laptop over. So far, I'm loving it. All right, this last favorite is small, but I absolutely love it. It's a perfume by Lush. It's called 29 High Street, and it's basically the scent of walking into the Lush store. It smells like sweet citrus and soft florals, but it's also kind of warm and creamy at the same time. I don't know how else to explain that better. I'm not like a perfumist, if that's a word, but I just know I love it. Oh my God, it smells so good. Baby powder grandma, but like in the best way. It's super nostalgic for me too, because I remember I used to go into the store as a high school student all the time, and I would buy so many bath bombs and creams and face products, and I loved that store. So yeah, it smells exactly like it. They really nailed it on that. Also, I have a super strong sense of smell, and I get migraines with aura, which sucks, so lights and strong scents really ruin my day, but this doesn't do that for whatever reason. I can spray this and it doesn't aggravate my migraines at all. It just doesn't trigger anything for me, so it's great. As you can see, I've already made a really good dent in it, and I'm trying to basically ration it because I want to use it every single day. So I'm trying to kind of ration my joy basically. So I don't want to use it all up at once. It's kind of expensive. I don't know if you would consider this price expensive or not. To me it is. To me it is. So I'm trying to be as conservative as I can while still really enjoying it. Anyways, that's it for my February favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want, I also have my planty favorites live right now over on my plant channel in case you want to cross over and check that out. That is there for you. If you've been into anything cool or noticed anything that you really love, a book, a hobby, something you've hyper focused on, leave it in the comments below. Let's chat there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.